Good morning, it's Saturday the 2nd of April and it's nearly 10 o'clock. Took the van back to Priceless at 2:30 on Thursday because after putting EGR cleaner down the airflow, you definitely clean the EGR because my maximum 3000 revs and goes into limp mode engine fault had come on Scarlett, come on girl, had stopped once I'd put the cleaner in for going one way up the dual carriageway for a couple of miles, and then it came back, which convinced me it was the EGR that's at fault and it needs cleaning. So I took it to them at 2:30 on Thursday, and Carl very kindly put his computer on it, and the fault on the computer is an intermittent mass airflow sensor issue. So he said that he wanted to look at that, which is great, although I said sure it's the EGR. So I've looked on YouTube at the mass airflow, and you can take it off, clean it, replace it within 20 minutes. Not a big job. Looked at the EGR, you can get that off, clean that, put it back on in under an hour, about 50 minutes it took him start to finish. So we're an hour and a quarter, hour and 20 for both jobs, and it was booked in, here's my little girl, booked in to be done on Friday. So I called the garage at 12:30 yesterday, and they said that, come here girl, they said that they'd gone down the mass airflow first, they thought they'd solved it, and it was out on a test drive. They'd call me shortly, and didn't hear anything, so I called them again at 4 o'clock when I finished work, and they said that they were now doing the EGR, which is what I thought it was when I took it in. So they're being very thorough with it, which is great, but both jobs combined, even with test drives, should be really under 2 hours. And as I said, it's Saturday morning and it's been there, and admittedly it wasn't booked until Friday, but they had it for 8 hours on Friday, well, from 8 till 5:30, and it was there Thursday afternoon. So we're on our way to get it. Don't know if it's finished, but we're going to stage a sit-in until it's coming home, unless it's anything even more serious, but we'll find out. I put my roof bars on and made sure I've got clearance for my fan there, and then where these are, I'm going to slide the T-track into. The T-track's bent there, so it's going to have to go on a certain way, which is going to have to be this way, due to the hopefully we're not bent at the other end. So what should happen here is I should be able to get both bolts in. I've got the top one in, let's try the bottom one. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, it's heavy. Two-man job this early. Let's just put this on the floor so I don't drop it. Come up on the steps a bit so I can see a bit better what I'm doing. So, one bit there. That's the top in.
Whilst I'm just struggling to get the awning installed, I'll just update you real quickly on the garage. So, unfortunately, the van was given back to me in an unsafe condition Saturday. So, my journey with Priceless has come to an end. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it was returned to me in an unsafe condition, and I had to then take it back to them again to get it in a safe condition. I've still got my engine lights. What they've actually done, cleaning the EGR and whatever they've done with the mass airflow sensor, unfortunately appears to have made me problem worse. And all that for an hour's labour. Again, I've not got a great deal to say on the matter now. I've got to find myself a new garage, because it has all, unfortunately, now gone wrong, and my engine lights remain. My problem's worse. The engine's actually spluttering below 3,000 revs, and I'm going to have to get it resolved. Unfortunately, I'm a bit running out of money, because they've had nearly 2,000 off me for the respray and for the service, a couple of sensors, and the efforts they've made to try and resolve my issues, which unfortunately remain.
It's Monday, April the 4th. As you can see, the weather's a bit shite, and I'm just heading to B&Q, because I need some insulation for the roof still. I need some of that like plastic rock wool type stuff for the roof, and then I'm going to go to Howarth Timber and get the ply board cut for the roof. Finally managed to sort out my dash cam, so very happy about that. Let's go into B&Q and have a look.
Whilst I take a quick trip around B&Q, just finding the plastic bottle loft insulation stuff that I need. Tell you a little bit about the awning. The awning from Direct 4x4 is absolutely amazing, proper heavy duty. I'm not going to show it in this video fully, but when I do, I think you'll be well chuffed. For under 200 quid, it was absolutely brilliant. As you can see there, I found exactly what I needed. I was just having a bit of a look around, and I did have a wander or two down a couple of other aisles, as you do when you go into places like this. I was looking at some electrical equipment and stuff, and I knew I had some electrics to put in. I was thinking of getting a multimeter to try and sort the engine myself, because I think it's an electrical problem, but I ended up not doing that in the end. So I'll just go and get myself checked out, and we'll move on. Even open a till for me.
Let's stick the van over here. Where are we going? This geezer's going to help us. Hiya mate, yeah. Well, they're busy. Loading a forklift. I want a piece of ply, 5.5mm. Yeah. I need it cutting at 1.5 metres please. I rang up first thing and the guy said that he had a big job on, but he said you should be able to just cut me one sheet if I come down. I think it's wed. Typical.
This gen will get it cut for you.
Oh, amazing, thank you. At 1.5 metres. Yeah, yeah.
I'll just get these on here.
Yeah, no worries. Do you want me to go over and pay for it?
Yeah, you can do. I'll take the money now for the ply.
Amazing, thank you. Cheers.
You got a big job on?
Oh, I'm doing my van actually. Done just here is I've I've got my insulation there, plastic bottles ready to go. I've got my fan up there, as you can see. So I've just marked me all where my fan's going to go. I'm going to chop it out with jigsaw, and then work out how I'm going to attach this to the roof, and we'll take it from there. But I need to get this all done first. That's the first thing. So here we go.
What I can tell you is trying to put a ceiling in on your own is an absolute flipping nightmare. As you're going to see, I've just really speeded this up here. Believe it or not, this is running at I think 500 times the speed I was going at. But yeah, trying to install the ceiling on your own was an absolute pig. Cut the hole out, it was fine. Put the ceiling up, and then started to realise that the top of the van is curved, and the width of the plyboard was too wide, so I ended up having to cut it all a little bit further, which I'm not going to bore you to death with. I think you're just going to see me put it up into place now, and we'll have a quick look at that. Here we go.
And kind of, without catching my wires, what my head's telling me is if I get in and bring it forward a bit, I'll be able to balance it on my head. Kind of worked. Push it up to see does it fit. Now, what I can't understand is well, that appears to be alright. That'll fit.
So I went on here to do a bit of jiggery pokery, a bit more measuring, get it cut to size and installed, as you're going to see in a minute. Whilst I'm just doing that, I want to talk a little bit about the Bodega fridge, which I demonstrated in I think it was around episode 5, episode 6. Just to let you know, I've reached out to Bodega. They've said that if you run the fridge on the low voltage mode, you will easily get 4 to 5 days out of it. Whereas I was getting 48 hours in the high voltage mode. So that's another test that I'm gonna conduct over the next couple of weeks. I just want to get it in situ in the van.
I got the ceiling up, got it carpeted, got my lights in. I've not wired anything yet. That's the ceiling done, and not done a bad job. And the next job for today is to do the floor. So I'm just going to go to Haworth Timber now and get everything I need to do the floor, and we're away. We're off. Plywood for the floor, ready to go. Haworth Timber, absolutely banging. Well, that's first piece of the flooring. Need to chop a bit down that side door. Other than that, good to go. Good to go. I like it. Secured. It's going nowhere. There's one. Decent bit of flooring. I know there's a bit of a lip there. It'll be alright. Figured it out. Not the cleanest cuts, but you don't even see it. It's the linos on it. I look mega chuffed with that. So what I'm doing today, as you can probably see, is I'm going to carpet this plyboard that's behind me, which I put in last night. And what a job that was. Doing the scribing down the edge and stuff was a bit of a nightmare. It's not perfect, but it'll do. It was actually harder than doing the ceiling now. I've never carpeted anything before. In fact, I've never done a van conversion before, so this has been one hell of an experience, and it was dead hard putting getting the ceiling up and cutting the hole for the fan, and with the insulation and getting the pressure to get the screws in to secure it. But it looks really good with the lights and stuff. and now I'm going to carpet this behind me, as I've said, and got my whole for my electric controls are going to go there behind the driver's seat. So yeah, that's my job for today, and I just thought I'd just share that with you. As you can see, I'm sat on an older cool box, and this is going to be about the height of my bed, so I'm struggling a bit with me being 6 foot tall. I can't really sit up straight, which is a bit of a bummer, but on saying that, I don't really need to sit up inside the van. Maybe if it's raining I might do. I can always get a swivel for me passenger seat and turn that around, or I can actually sit on the passenger seat because it folds down. Don't really work as an armchair, or I can just lay on the bed, but we'll make it work one way or another. So I'll crack on now and get this done, and I'll report back in when it's done. So as you can see, it's I don't think it took me an hour, but it looks pretty good. I'm impressed with that. The bits down the bottom here, the bed's going to go here, so I've probably overkilled it. Probably didn't need to go that far down, but I did anyway. I've got my control box going in here, so what I'm just going to do now is just cut all where that's going to go. So I know where it is. So there. All you do is cut a triangle. You're not gonna see it because the control box is gonna hide everything. Kind of cut down, and that's the other corner, isn't it? The blade isn't the sharpest at the minute, but we're okay. We're through there. So that means I can mount the control box in there. Just glue them bits behind, put my controls in there because that's where my lights are going to be wired to, and my USBs and stuff will all be on a box here. So as you can see, I've got these bits overhanging, and my plan was going to be to stick some adhesive on them and fold them behind, but now I'm looking at it, that's not going to work. It might work down the bottom end, it'll probably work down the bottom end to tidy that, but it's not going to work at the top because it's all a bit too tight. So it looks pretty good. I'm really chuffed with that. I've got to just secure my lights in a bit more. I think my holes were a slightly bit too big. So I need to secure them a little bit. They're not going to fall out because the wires are quite taut, but dead impressed with that and how that's turned out. Got to do the cab yet, still got a lot to do. Got to do this side, still thinking about putting the window in, so I've got a window, but yeah, all in all not bad for probably less than an hour's work. And once I've finished doing around the doors, it'll really smarten it up.
So that's it for another week's episode of Scarlett's Microventures. Pop us a like and a subscribe to see what's going to come up next week. What I can tell you, coming up, I'm going to install the window. That's going to be done. I'm going to build a kitchen unit because I want something to cook on. In episode 9, you're going to see my bed because I'm building my own bed. And I'm also going to do something really special with the worktop. I'm going to have a really, really nice, full of character, feature piece worktop, which is going to go on the unit, which I'm going to do my cooking on. So, again, keep watching. I'll be sharing everything with you next week, and thanks to everybody that subscribed. I've had a lot of new subscribers lately. Really appreciate the support. And if you found any value in this video, please share it. As I said, pop us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for episode 9. Have a great week.